And we begin 7 News at 6 with that 4-alarm fire in downtown Buffalo. This is video from Erie County Executive Mark Poloncarz of flames shooting out of the building at 36 Church Street. And as we come on the air tonight, city officials say the flames are now under control and no injuries were reported. But firefighters do remain on the scene, monitoring for hot spots. You're asked to continue to avoid this area while first responders finish up their work. 7 News capturing drone video from the scene today, high over downtown. You may have been able to see this smoke if you were in the area this afternoon. Buffalo Fire first arrived on the scene just after 12:15. The city says that roughly 100 firefighters were involved in the battle against this blaze. It can be hard to tell through the smoke exactly which building was on fire. The address again, 36 Church Street, which sits between the Guarantee and Verizon buildings. All 3 buildings were evacuated during the fire. 7 News reporter Kristen Moran joins us live from the scene. Kristen, you've been out there almost since the very beginning today. What's the latest tonight?
Right. Well, Jeff, still a very active scene, but the last fire truck actually just pulled away. And now we have a clearer picture of what this law office looks like. The structure obviously still standing, but if you look through the windows that were smashed in, it is gutted in there. There's metal scraps and glass now spread across the sidewalk out in front of the building. There were more than 100 firefighters out here today fighting this fire. And fortunately, as you mentioned, Jeff, there were no injuries reported, but the Buffalo Fire Battalion Chief of Fire Prevention, William Lally, said what made this fire so difficult is that because the building was built in the 60s, there are no sprinklers or standpipes. He said the fire moved from the 2nd floor, possibly in the kitchen, to the 3rd and then the roof. A worker inside that building tells me she saw the fire in the kitchen and immediately called 911. And at one point, crews were backing all of us up several feet because Lally said the condition of the fire was untenable.
It's a very hard building to access that fire because of the building on the left side and right side, which we would call the number 2 and number 4 side. So we're mostly fighting the fire from above right now because it burned through the roof, and we're not always hitting the seat of the fire. So sometimes we're knocking the fire down as we're trying to because we're not in there currently. We're not risking. There's no life safety issue in the building, so there's no firemen in that one building, the main structure, currently. So we're fighting it from outside.
Fire happened between 2 historic buildings, the Guarantee and Verizon buildings. The Guarantee building was one of the first skyscrapers in the U.S. Commissioner of Permits and Inspections Kathy Amder says there was at one point hoses in each of the buildings ready to go just in case the fire spreads. Amder says those buildings will be okay. Now this area downtown still a little bit blocked off, so just keep that in mind if you are traveling down here. But now the investigation into what caused this fire begins. And Jeff, I want to mention here too, in just under a year, this is the 4th fire to hit the Fillmore district in downtown Buffalo. We had the Old Pink fire, the Cobblestone fire, the Brick Bar fire, and now this fire. So we will be continuing to look out for any updates as to what caused this fire.